I'm Chris Petrowski. I'm a creative director and lead designer on Below.
So, for people who don't know what Below is, talk about it.
All right, Below is a solitary journey through the subterranean depths of a haunted isle. It's also a roguelike and an adventure game. That would be the better way to describe it.
I've heard it be called like the Zelda of this Xbox.
That's not entirely accurate. I mean, that's a really great compliment. I'll take it. But it has much more in common with traditional roguelikes than it does with Zelda. Although, when it comes to Zelda, we do kind of lean heavily on Wind Waker's combat system, so that kind of like snappy little kind of like ninja combat that I love so much in that game. And the game does have like an entire sort of game world to explore. I mean, for me, Wind Waker is sort of the pinnacle of beautiful world exploration. So maybe there's a little bit of that in the design as well.
There's one thing I know creative directors love is when their games are compared to other people's games.
Yeah, I mean, I do it all the time though. Like at the studio, I'm constantly saying, just like in Dark Souls, and I lean on games to describe things all the time. So I don't mind it. It's the biggest compliments.
So what are you showing here new with Below?
I mean, a lot of it is just refinements of the same thing. So we're showing a little bit of new UI. I know how exciting that is. But when it comes to our games, we find that like spending 100 years making UI refinements is something that we just always do. But pretty much every part of the game has gone through multiple iterations, and like everything from the little blades of grass to like our little tilt shift effect, the way the fog of war kind of swirls around. Every single aspect of the game has been worked on and refined continuously. So what's new? It's still the same game. It's still arrive on this island and go through a procedurally generated subterranean world. But every single part of it has been worked on continuously, basically. Yeah.
I think you've been working on this game for a long time. How many years have you put into it so far?
We've been working on it for over 5 years now. We're in that realm of development.
Oh, so you're in Skyrim territory.
Yeah. The saving grace, I suppose, is that I do look up to some indie developers who have taken a long time making games and come out on the other end of that journey with something that they're proud of and that an audience that has found an audience. So my hope is that that's also what we're doing. But yeah, it does get a little bit scary when you get up there in that kind of time frame. But when we started the game, we did decide that it was the game that we were going to keep in the oven for as long as we could. And I've always been a fan of. I've always looked up to studios that live and die by the it's out when it's done mentality, and we've never had a real chance to do that until Below. On the one hand, I wish it was out already. On the other hand, I'm glad that we were able to hold it back until it's ready.
You just got to be careful you don't fall into that loop of, well, it's not ready yet, but we'll keep working on it. Then you just keep changing your mind about stuff and fixing it and tweaking it.
No, the nice thing about where we're at right now is that we've circumnavigated the whole world. So we have every piece of the world in place. All of the systems are in place. And really, we're just looking at the game right now and going through it piece by piece and refining it. So as far as I'm concerned, there isn't any more stuff for me to flip the table on or completely rip out and replace. We really, right now, have it all. It's just a matter now of us spending the last remaining bit of time polishing the heck out of it.
Well, I mean, history shows with Valve, with Blizzard, with Bethesda, that when they wait a long time. I mean, at this rate, Star Citizen is going to be amazing when it comes out in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, Star Citizen, I can't compare to that.
That's an amazing game when it comes out 400 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, it might come out just around the time when they actually launch spaceships into space. So who knows? The thing is, people are loving that game. So it's getting a whole bunch of I can't compare Below to Star Citizen.
They're two different games. It's like you're saying, well, like it's a hamburger and a chicken sandwich. It's different.
Yeah. But there are games and studios that I've traditionally looked up to who have released games under the "when it's done" mantra, and this is our "when it's done" game.
So of 1 to 10, 10 being this year, how close are you to actually releasing the game?
This year. We
Oh,
are,
there you go.
yeah.
So 10.
So yeah, we're pushing for this year. Everybody's in finishing it mode. And we do have all of the stuff, whereas we were working on all of the stuff for the longest time, and just spending a lot of time iterating things. And now we have it, so it's a different process that we're in now. Things are happening a little bit quicker.
It's all about polish now, basically.
Yeah, it's about taking a look at stuff that has been around for a while and maybe hasn't quite met our quality mark, and then making like those final decisions to address every little thing we possibly can.
So if people want to find more information about your game, where can they go?
The website is whatliesbelow.com. You can also check out capybaragames.com. And we're on Twitter at Capy Games.